Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As you probably know, the Ukrainians conducted a missile attack on Sevastopol on the Black Sea Fleet, the Russian Black Sea Fleet headquarters. And it was a successful strike. They used Storm Shadow missiles, the British ones, or Scalp, the French. They are not certain which exactly because they're the same. And they did a lot of damage, including some officers were eliminated. Then they claimed the commander of the fleet was killed. He showed up 2 days after that in a meeting with the Minister of Defense, Shoigu, and nevertheless. Now, who organized that? Obviously, for some of us, that's clear that the Ukrainians by themselves wouldn't have been able to do that. So the obvious finger goes like this. You would say Uncle Sam, but I call him Al Capone. And the other one is, I don't know, Boris Johnson or Liz Truss, one of the two. So Great Britain. We have here the Russians claiming that they have no doubt that that was organized and supported by the Americans and by the British intelligence, and I don't see any evidence to support that. I don't see any evidence to deny that. I only think that these guys, Ukrainians, would not have been able to put that together because of certain reasons that I will discuss in this video. First, let's go over the two articles coming from the Russians. One is from Russia Today, the other one is from Sputnik. And we have the first one, Russia Today, September 27, 2023. US and UK involved in attack on Crimea, Russia. Moscow has, quote-unquote, no doubt about Western complicity in the attack on Sevastopol last Friday, the Foreign Ministry has said. Maria Zakharova, the spokeswoman for the Russian Foreign Ministry, has asserted that US and British intelligence agencies supported Kiev during an attack on Sevastopol last Friday. The Ukrainian assault targeted the headquarters of the Russian Black Sea Fleet. Speaking at a weekly briefing on Wednesday, she said that, I'm quoting, was no doubt that this attack was planned with the use of Western surveillance assets, NATO satellite equipment, and spy planes, and conducted at the direction of and in close coordination with American and British special services. Well, first, the Ukrainians did not have the surveillance assets. Remember those drones in the Black Sea that the Russians reported increased their activities 3 times by the Romanian coast and the Black Sea. Now, NATO satellite equipment, correct, you would not allow, how would the Ukrainians send their little missiles, how they will direct and coordinate with their satellites, or what? Who are they going to pay to allow them to use the satellites, coordination system, and so on? The Russians, I don't think so. Spy planes, and conducted at the direction of and in close coordination. Now, I don't know, it should be coordinated, otherwise, you can't just have people from various departments not communicating, or countries. My assessment of this, anyway, is NATO versus Russia, with the executioner, which is unfortunately the Ukrainian nation. Why I'm saying unfortunately? Because some of them really think that they fight for the country, their nation, their culture, their territory, their blah blah blah, when actually they are over there to fight for other interests, and they are just used, and eventually they will be probably having no country and maybe no nation, who knows. The Defense Ministry has reported that a missile strike on the fleet headquarters involved several Ukrainian missiles, with Russian air defenses successfully intercepting some of them. British media outlets have also disclosed that Kiev employed Storm Shadow missiles supplied by the UK in the attack, resulting in significant damage to the building. Now, I don't think for a bit that these guys are providing the Ukrainians, that just some over there that they didn't even know they exist a few years ago, they supply them with I would say some very good missiles and equipment. Remember, they have Patriot systems, HIMARS, they have Storm Shadow, they have Scab. They will have Taurus, the German ones. They will have the Americans, ATACMS, the long-range missile systems. So all these missiles, and they will have F-16s. They will have, actually they have now Abrams tanks, they have Leopard 2 tanks, they have Challenger 2 tanks, the British ones, they have the French old ones on the wheels and so on. They will not receive all this, just you take it and you play with them. You will not give it to an unknown, your new bought, I don't know, Lamborghini. Oh, you'd go and play with my Lamborghini for how long it takes. And if you smash it or you, I don't know, use it against me, I'm okay with that. No, I have to be with it. I will monitor it. What you do with it. How are you going to use it? Because you can use it against me. Where is it going? Is it going to those, that organized crime cartel, or to the other organized cartel? I keep an eye on this performant military equipment. If you think that this guy just gave it and went playing golf, I don't think so. That's not that idiotic. They are idiots, but not that idiots. So Zakharova described the incident as one of many in which Kiev targets Russian regions. Well, the guys say no, it's not Russian, it's Crimea, which they say it's Ukrainians, using missiles and shells supplied by NATO states, citing several other recent examples. Yeah, they also said, if you're not talking about Crimea, which I focused on Crimea in this situation, yes, they attack other regions with Western supplies, weapons, but they claim no, it's our domestically made. The goals of the Ukrainian government, she said, are, I'm quoting, to draw attention away from the Ukrainian military failed attempts at conducting a counteroffensive and to destabilize Russian society. That's correct. I don't know if it's to distract them or to draw the attention, but it's a war. They try to do anything to win. So, and NATO is pushing this because they're not going to do it again. Remember that beautiful, fantastic Undersecretary of State, I think her name is Victoria Nuland. She said in a meeting, a virtual meeting with some Ukrainians, that we're not going to do this again. The United States will not going to do this again. So it's now or never, because they know that if now they fail, they will not succeed in 5 years or 10 years. That's going to be it with Ukraine. And they would be it not with Ukraine, with NATO versus the rest of the world, which is NATO, United States, Al Capone, trying to take over the whole Chicago, not only the west side or whatever. No, they will try to get, or south side, I can't remember exactly which one, north side. Well, I have one more opportunity, right? So here it is. They will not try again if they fail right now, because if Russia falls, China will get in line, or at least they hope to use Russia as, see that example? You're next, you're going to end up like them. And they will think that China will be more flexible. So Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu estimated on Tuesday that over 17,000 Ukrainian troops were killed in September alone. Western officials and media have acknowledged that the counteroffensive, let me show you this, counteroffensive has not turned out as Kiev as its sponsors have hoped. The US and its allies have supplied tens of billions of dollars worth of military hardware to Ukraine to boost its summer charges against Russia's defensive lines. The administration of the US President Joe Biden, however, has urged Congress to keep financing Ukraine for the foreseeable future. An appropriation request for over $24 billion from my money in aid. You know what aid is? Okay. Is currently floating in the legislature, but it is opposed by some Republican lawmakers. Senators have proposed a compromise, blah, 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 to give $6 billion. Well, I wouldn't give anything to those guys. I would take care of the problems here first, and after these things are solved in a, decent way, because you can't solve everything. I can't just say, well, first I have to put my country in, put it in a good shape, and then I'm going to help you. You're always going to have something to do at your house or at your country. Therefore, you will never give to anybody anything. I'm not saying that, I'm not suggesting that, and if I did, don't take it that way. I think that there are many things here in the United States of America, which is a great country, they are unsolved. Just drive a car on the city roads, or if you don't want to go on the freeway where you have concrete, for instance, and you're going to find out that this is a third world country if you look at that. So why don't you solve that one? Go in a school from time to time, but don't go in a rich school, which in a big city is like 3 or 4. I'm very familiar with that. I've been in many schools in my past 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. Many schools I visited in the great country of the United States of America, and the conditions are deplorable, as Hillary Clinton said about Republicans. Yes, the conditions are deplorable. I know how they were in Romania when it was a communist country. These are even worse than that, and they were not bad. They were not bad. Now these guys are just old and ugly and dark and nasty. How about solving that thing if you're so concerned with your country first, to defend freedom, democracy, and all the garbage they're talking about? Now, this is it. Let me show you the other one, the other article coming from Sputnik. Basically the same thing. Attack on Sevastopol carried out in close coordination with US, UK specialists, Moscow claims. And it is the same as Zakharova said in the other video article, and I think that's correct. That, I mean, the evidence suggests that. Evidence being, don't be an idiot. That's what I mean. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.